While North Korea continues its extended mourning period for the leader Kim Jong-il, the Korean Peninsula remains calm. The Pentagon says it hasn't detected any unusual movements by the North Korean military, and Pyongyang seems to be conducting a relatively smooth transition of power. Reporter Stephen McDonald reports from the demilitarised zone between North and South Korea.
Here at the demilitarised zone, it's pretty quiet. But the hills behind me are actually chock-a-block full of soldiers and weapons from both North and South Korea. That's the way this area's been since the end of the Korean War. And at times like this, where there's tension, the troops on both sides are especially watching out for each other, looking through the sights at one another across fences, and there are areas where they work quite close together. At moments like this, when there is a bit of tension, troops have actually accidentally been shot on both sides of the border. But the interesting thing is that just inside North Korea, there's also this industrial zone. It's a kind of experimental thing set up by South Korea as a goodwill gesture with the North. Now, you'd think that if everybody in South Korea, especially the government, is so worried about events in North Korea, the potential for instability, that zone would have been shut down. But in fact, it hasn't been, because we just saw a whole bunch of trucks, South Korean trucks, coming back across the border into South Korea. And a soldier here, a South Korean soldier, told us it's effectively business as usual. There'll be 2 days, I think the 28th and 29th of December, when the trucks stop. But other than that, it's going to keep going. So you'd have to think that while the South Korean military is on high alert, they are worried about the potential for instability, and they don't really know what's going to happen with this new leader in North Korea. They're still going ahead with trade in this industrial zone. So to a degree, it is in fact business as usual.